Hey, I'm Jake, and today I'm giving you a tour of my studio. A lot of people have been asking for a studio tour in some of the comments, and I thought I would do that today. Another reason I wanted to do this is going to be the last week in this studio. This is my home studio. I've been in this studio for 6 years and 11 months, and I finally got a place, an office about 10-15 minutes away from here that I'm moving to, and this room is going to be used for the house. My studio is bleeding out into the rest of the house, and my assistant has a desk in what used to be our toy room. I have shipping boxes out there and stock of all of my drawings books and things out there, and so my wife is super excited to get me out and off on my own, but this has been one of the best things that I've ever done in my life is to be working from home, working out of my home, watching my kids grow up right in front of me and not having to be away and only see them at nights. I loved working at home for all these years, and I think it was the perfect thing for me at this time of my life. Lots of memories from the studio. I created 5 children's books in this studio. I think 7 or 8 self-published books came out of this studio, 3 Kickstarters, and I launched SVS Learn from this studio as well. So yeah, it's been a great place to work, and I just want to record this studio as it is now so that I can remember it and say, oh yeah, that's how my life used to be then. Over the years, I've worked out of my home at nights and in the mornings while I had a day job, and it started out being the kitchen table. It moved to being out in the garage. In Connecticut, I was in a leaky basement. Half of my studio was down in our leaky, unfinished basement. And then I kept my computer up in my bedroom upstairs and kept my wife up at night working on stuff. So having this dedicated space has been awesome. And I just want to record it and remind myself of how this space was at this point in time in my career. All right, let's do a tour. So this is our old toy room, and this is where my assistant Tanner's been working. He's got the scanner and the printer hooked up to his computer here. This is just some of the drawings books that we keep on hand for shipping orders. And this is the entryway to my studio here. Talk about the walls first. So I just keep images that inspire me up on the walls, or have to do with the project that I'm working on, or gifts that people give me either at conventions or mailed to me. So there's a lot of stuff put up on these walls just to help remind me of my creativity and what I'm trying to do as an artist. This machete was given to me by a good friend as a birthday present. This 44 hat goes back to my high school days. I wore it in high school. And you can actually see on here it got damaged. That's when it got whacked by a samurai sword. This is a drawing that my son did for me, reminding me to stick to my guns. These right here are all current projects that I'm thinking about or kind of working on. These are just some artwork that people have given me. Here I have some Skyheart pictures that people have given me over the years. Really cool skull chaser drawing that someone gave me. I got this from a guy named Maroto in Spain as a gift. This is really cool. I love this poster. It's from a friend named Tim Odlin, artist here in Utah. Okay, so here's all my desks, and I've got my whole drawing setup spread out all over here, and as you can see, it is a mess, but this is pretty much how I work all the time. These books right here I keep close at hand because they're what inspiring me as I'm working on stuff right now. So I'm working on Skyheart a lot right now, and a lot of this stuff has to do with my Skyheart project. Here's my Wacom Cintiq. I've had this for almost 10 years. And actually, no, I've had this for 10 years this summer. Still going strong. Okay, here's the iMac. I've had this for 5 years, I think. It's still going strong as well. There's a picture of the new space I'm moving into. DVD collection or Blu-ray collection of movies that inspire me. And you can see here, this is my calendar, current book that I'm reading, notes and schedules and things like that, journals. Here's my sketchbook and all of my pens and markers and things. Here's an artwork that I got from Daniel Warren Johnson. I actually owe him a drawing now. Here's the greatest pencil sharpener ever created. This chest of drawers I got from a thrift store, and it's actually really solid and metally. I love it. It's firm, and it holds all of my pens and pencils and paper and stuff like that. Paints. Different pens organized by type of pen they are. Okay, let's talk about the bookshelves. This shelf goes along the entire basement because I'm in the basement, and this is just something cool that I can keep stuff on. I think it's a structural element to the house. But these are all photographic reference books up here. There's a Calvin and Hobbes cardboard cutout back there from a friend who worked at Barnes & Noble. Old Knight Rider lunchbox. That's Venus. Just things I've collected over the years. I got that black character from a guy in Singapore. He made it for me. Those are some old books in the back there full of children's stories from 100 years ago. That's Voltron, and that was my toy when I was 8. Still hanging on to it. Magazines, National Geographics, and these are all books that I've made myself, my own books. Along with right here, these are all books that I've either participated in or done the covers of or have done the entire book. All right, these are my two main bookshelves, and they're organized kind of by subject matter. So these are all like nice books, nice collections. So the Hellboy Library editions, my Ralph McQuarrie Star Wars books, Egypt and Nubia and the Holy Land. These are all David Roberts, one of my favorite illustrators, artists, drawings of the Middle East. And then these are a series of, these are all just like tall art books that I've kept together. This is my Star Wars book collection, and then movie book collections here. Graphic novels and art books. These are art instruction books. These are Disney books behind there, and then some French and Japanese art books. Dinosaurs and animals, and more art instruction books. Calvin and Hobbes. There's Scotty Young's Wizard of Oz, and these are all art books by artists, artist-specific art books. Okay, over here I have a second table set up, and this is just for, like I built my Gundam model on there, and I just keep this separate for any sort of other project that I'm working on. All right, here's the Skyheart stuff I've been doing. More art books. Okay, this is my other bookshelf, and what we have up here is Hellboy and BPRD comics. These are all pictureless books, just different subjects and topics and stories that I like. Here we have art of books for animation mostly. Here we have other art books, and here we have children's books. Okay, my flat file, and what I keep in here is junk. Oops. This is extra art supplies and Star Wars figures. Rulers. Ink cartridges. Old drawings. Really old drawings. Like these are like from when I was starting out early in my career, about 15 or 20 years ago. These are all old sketchbooks, so all of my old sketchbooks are here. And then some new sketchbooks. And more junk. Oh, this is my mom crocheted this for me when I was a little boy. I wanted a Tigger puppet, but we couldn't afford it, and I really wanted it. And so my mom came home and she crocheted a Tigger as best as she could, and this was my most favorite stuffed animal. I loved it. I carried it everywhere. You can see it's like dirty. And here's his pal, my other favorite stuffed animal. Named him Rocky. And Rocky got married to Rocky 2, and they had a baby named Rocky 3. Okay, this is my stash of books that I either sell or give to people. Here we have more art supplies and stuff. More I don't know what's on this shelf. It's junk. Oh yeah, up here, these are where I keep my drawings, that my original art that I'm selling online. More junk. This mess is all of my artwork from different projects. So you can see some Missile Mouse pages back there. This is like artwork from a children's book that I did, another children's book down here that I did. This is spare pieces of paper. This is Robot and the Sparrow artwork, and I don't know what's in that file. More artwork that I've done over the years. This is one of the first Missile Mouse comics that I did. And we've got some old sketches from my early 20s, drawings from when I was a lot younger. Oh yeah, I remember this. I did this drawing. So there's a job I wanted to get at a video game company, and they were looking for an environment artist. And so this was me like trying to do an environment as best I could, clearly copying Akira and Otomo, but it helped me get the job. All right, that's it for the studio tour. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about anything that you saw in here. I'd love to know about your studio. What's the environment that you're working in right now? I'd love to hear how artists are creative with the spaces that they are around them. So that'd be great. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.